Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Two Broke Girls. It's your girl Amanda here.
And it's Jay, and I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you guys are having a happy Sunday as well. Today's topic is going to be the line between you and greatness. So basically, what that means is, the middle ground that is stopping you from reaching your fullest potential, or, anything that might hinder you from becoming better within yourself. So we're just going to dive into that topic and conversate a little bit. Converse. Whoa. Conversate is not a word. Converse about that a little bit. So, what do you define as success?
I would say what I defined as my own success would be me accomplishing all my goals that I have in this lifetime. I know you have short-term goals and you have long-term goals. Long-term goals and short-term goals, and I like to go by my short-term goals first and then move to my long-term goals, however long it may be, or work on it as I go. So I define that as success. I know my career path right now, I am working towards it because that's a long-term goal. I want to be a nurse, and by next year around this time I will be finishing my program here in Tallahassee. So I'm working towards that each step every single day that I'm here right now. One of my short-term goals
Get
goals.
together.
I don't know why I keep saying girls and trying to match it, but one of my short-term goals is to get A's this semester. Pass every test without having to worry about catching up or doing more stuff than I need to be doing for my classes. And so I try to work towards that every single day. So I define that as my success in life, making sure that all my goals are competent. I'm able to achieve them in a timely manner, and with hard work and dedication, I can get to where I need to be in life.
So for me, success, I would define success similar to how she defines it. Success looks different in everyone's life. For me, is achieving my personal goals, and not going by the standards of what others may think success is, because we all have our own definition of what it is. If you guys didn't know, I want to be a physician one day. And so I know that there's many paths, many ways for me, to get to where I want to get in life. And at this point in my life, it's like a trial and error. And I'm learning a lot and I'm losing a lot. So me, of course you set up your plan. You think you know it. You think you know everything to get to it. And then somehow something happens. And you don't get to that goal like you planned. And I think that's just redirection from God, if I'm being honest. It hurts. It sucks. It makes you feel stupid sometimes. But it should all be taken as a lesson. And my auntie said this the other day. Something about direction. I mean, not being, we're gonna forget about that. But yeah, so success to me is me achieving my personal goals that I set for myself, without having that pressure of anyone else, on me. It's about me and my journey to get to where I want to get. Even before I become a doctor, I have a lot of small goals that I want to, achieve, and they're difficult to get to, but it is what it is. And we're gonna keep moving because it's just redirection, and it's definitely other pathways to get to where you want to get in life.
Definitely, I can attest to that. I know sometimes, dealing with change or like changes in your life, it sometimes can be very difficult, especially when there are certain goals that you want to achieve in that time frame. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you have that change in direction, it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, maybe it's impossible. Maybe I can't do this. And all those emotions and feelings that goes on with you. It's hard. It's very hard. I feel like, just like you said, success is different in everyone's eyes, and it's just taking it day by day. But change is inevitable, and we have to embrace it, embrace the redirection, embrace, you know, going on a different path, because you're not on the straight and narrow. It's never going to be straight and narrow.
Yeah. I definitely think that fear would be that line between you and your better self. A lot of people are scared of their fullest potential. Um, I feel like I haven't reached my fullest potential, but I do fear a little bit how I would be at my fullest potential, if that makes sense. Everything that, all the responsibilities that come with it, and I'm worrying about things that, for me, I tend to overthink, and I think about things that are in the future that start to stress me out. And so when I think about myself, like at my best self, I'm going to have a lot of responsibility, and it's going to be a lot. But at this time where I am now, it's like I'm mentally teaching myself to prepare for that shift, because it's going to come. And the way I'm working, and I know that I do want to reach my full potential one day, that I'm going to reach it, and I'm going to have to adjust with the life changes that happen, and rebuild myself, rebuild my character, and also rebuild my environment, because your environment definitely has a huge impact on you improving internally. So I definitely feel like fear is that stopping point. Fear puts a limit on people. Because I truly believe, if you put your mind to it and if you work for it, you could do it.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible unless you dreaming the wildest dream. But usually nothing is impossible, and everything that you dream of is obtainable, and you are able to achieve it. But your work ethic has to match up with how big your dream is.
Definitely.
Because even I can attest to it. Like, I have pretty big dreams, and I know where I want to go. And when I catch myself procrastinating or just being lazy, I realize, like, Jana, you're not going to get anywhere if you're doing this. If you don't snap out of this habit, like, you're getting nowhere. You're going to be sitting here still. This time next year, you're going to be sitting here saying what you should have did last year to be better this year. So it's just like you have to snap out of the mindset of being stagnant and open your mind to moving forward. I mean, life is going to push you forward either way. Right. Either you're going to be in that same position while life is pushing you, or you're going to be walking ahead of life in, like, almost like a treadmill.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, on the treadmill, you walking, but you're not really moving. Like, you're not going anywhere. You're not going, yeah. So that's how it could be if you're not actually changing yourself and taking those extra steps, being proactive about what you're doing in life to make sure you are better.
Because time waits on no one.
Time waits on nobody, and people don't wait on nobody either.
Facts. One monkey don't stop no show.
One monkey don't stop no show. And people have showed that. Even in my experiences, I know that the train do not stop. Okay. If you get it wrong, don't let that beat. Feel the feels, of course, but let the feelings be a motivation to you paying more attention or doing more for yourself, doing more for whatever you're going at. And just, don't let the discouragement of the failure get to you too much, and understand that failure is just God saying not now.
Facts.
And as Christians, I believe that God is, the head of my life, and I pray that stays in my heart and I don't move by myself, because I have realized me moving by myself, me thinking I'm planning ahead and me trying to be so strategic about everything, and I'm kind of leaving like God out of it, that's me walking on a treadmill, because I get nowhere. Thanks. And I truly believe you have to have your faith behind your work. Your faith behind your work and in front of your work, because life, you walk in blind sometimes, and you have to put trust in God to make sure, he see where you're going, even when you don't. So like, you got to continue
Definitely.
to build yourself up in your faith and within yourself. So yeah.
Never forget who you are. Don't
Yeah.
forget who you are. And another thing, she mentioned fear. I think confidence does play a big role in what you choose to do with your life, no matter where you're going, how far you're going to go. I know confidence for me, if I didn't have the confidence today or building up today, I probably wouldn't be here in Tallahassee. If I didn't surround myself with people, like minded people, of people who encourage me, want me to be better, um, you know, basically push me, then I wouldn't be here today. You got to have the confidence, you got to have the motivation, you have to have the dedication to get where you need to go. And I feel like a lot of people, your environment speaks volumes into where you're going in life, especially your goals or what you want to achieve. Because I believe if you're around or surround yourself with good people, kind people, people who put their faith is higher. It's so high you can't even reach it. If you surround yourself with good people, I believe that you yourself will be good, but you also have to put in the work just like those people did.
What they said, if you're the smartest in the room, that's a problem. You should not be the smartest in the room.
Never the smartest.
You should always be surrounded by people who do know more, who are wanting to learn as much as you want to learn. You should be able to be around people who could teach you things and help you improve who you are. And even like here, being in a college town, you see a lot of groups, and you see like a lot of people operate in those groups. Me personally, I stay away from the groups that can't teach me nothing. The groups that I already knew walking into this city of kids and college people, the stuff I already told myself I wasn't into, and that's the stuff they do every day, or they around people who do that stuff every day. I know not to be around those people because they're not going to benefit me in any way. I understand you can have your little cliques where you can just, relax, but you should be able to relax with the people who know how to teach you things. You should be able to relax with people who have those connections, with people who, speak your name in rooms where you're not at, and they're presenting you and helping you to get opportunities. And it should be like that for both ways. So, definitely to be great, you have to literally shift your whole environment. And to be great is different from everybody else too. Just like success has a different definition for everyone, the term greatness holds weight differently in everyone's life. And so I definitely think the two go hand in hand. If you're successful to your standard, then I'm pretty sure you think you're great as well. So yeah, that's what I would say. What do you how could you improve your standards of what you think greatness is? Your standards of greatness or success. Do you think you need any improvement?
I feel like I would say put God more into where I want to be. If that makes sense. Put him into my work, my work ethic, like, how should I explain it? It's more so of like, I feel like I've been going through, up until this point in my life, I have been going through so many things, so many different pathways, so many rejections, and it's just been a lot. And I feel like I haven't really put God in the forefront, and that's what I'm trying to do now. And so that will be what I will be improving on, to put God in the forefront of everything that I do, or in the back, front, side to side, left, right, you know what I'm saying? Because before that, I would be like, okay, God, do your thing, you help me, please help me. And just like, I can't help you even though I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make sure that if I do my part, God will do the rest. And if I want to be a nurse, I know I have to put in the work to be a nurse. If I want to make sure this podcast succeed, I'm going to put in the work so this podcast can succeed. And anything else that I want to achieve in my life, especially my success. I know I want big things. Baby, I'm bougie. I'm expensive. So I know I need to have everything lined up financially to be able to do all the things that I want to do, because I don't want to, struggle. I don't want to regret anything in life that I ever did, and know that I put forth my best effort, that I did try my best, that I did all that I was supposed to do. And I also asked God to give me wisdom, asked God to give me strength, asked God to give me positivity. If anything, any obstacles come in my way, I'm able to maneuver, because my path is never going to be straight. There's always going to be something. And, be genuinely happy about how far I have come in life to where I am going to be. And so that's what I would improve on, be more positive within myself, making sure that all the things that I have lined up for myself is attainable and achievable. How about you?
With greatness comes great responsibility.
Oh, girl.
I just remembered that. But a way that I could improve my standards of greatness or achieving my goals, probably focusing on my journey of it. Like I said, I look into the future. I try to plan it out. I try to plan how I'll get there. And sometimes I don't see where I am at that moment, and show gratitude to the fact that God got me there, and applaud myself for working to get there. So definitely being more content with the journey it's going to be to get to where I want to get. As well as knowing that patience is a virtue. I can't rush.
That's good.
I can't rush anything. I can work as hard as I can, but that doesn't make anything come quicker. So definitely acknowledging that I need more patience within myself, even with everyday stuff that I do. Sometimes I'm really impatient and I have to tell myself to chill out, because
Or I do.
in my head, I like things to go my way. I'm kind of like a drama queen sometimes, but okay, don't do too much. But I'm learning that, I can't get everything my way. It's my world, but it's not my world. So yeah, those are definitely two of the main things I can say for that.
Do you feel like a lot of people have, they sometimes don't know where that line is? Like for yourself, do you know where your line is between you and your greatness or your success?
My better self.
Yeah, your better self.
I have an idea of, that line that limits me. And that's literally because of myself. It's not necessarily anything outside hindering me. It's more so how I am mentally with the way I think and the way I go about things that makes me fall back a little bit and not improve as much to get to that my better self. But yeah, it's more of a mental thing. I criticize myself a lot. I downplay my abilities a lot. Like I said earlier, it's like a fear of getting there that I constantly battle. And so that's basically, I could tell that that's my line. And I feel I'm definitely improving based off last year. Well, we just got into 2024, but 2022 era to 2023, I see myself improve a lot. Whether, kind of me toughening up my interior self. Interior.
Wait.
Internal. My internal self. So yeah, I'm learning a lot, but it's more on the work that's within me. And I'm still I realize a lot of things that I do and I see my flaws, and I try to work on it. And I'm not perfect, but I can admit when I am, if I do something, I see that, okay, now you didn't have to do that way. Or you say you're going to work on this. Why'd you do that? Like, I catch it nowadays. That makes sense. What about you?
Definitely do. For me, I think for a while I didn't know, like, the line between me and then, like, my better self. Until, like, I actually sat down with myself and figured out where my journey would be from how I was. I'll say in the from 2021 to 2023. I'm just now figuring out. Even though I'm in nursing school since, last semester? Yeah, last semester. But I didn't know where that line was for a minute for myself. And I think I was on the right path, but the work that I was putting in wasn't enough in my...
I feel that way too sometimes.
In my experience from then to now. And I feel like now that I know where I want to go, I know what I want to do, and as I'm getting older, as I'm growing, I realize that there's a lot of things that Amanda needs to work on within herself, and it's not just going to get done just because I said it or I prayed about it. I mean, prayer is always good, and it's going to get you to where you need to be, but just maneuvering myself and making sure that my mindset is, I don't know, like on straight. Is that the right word? My mindset is evolving. Like, it's not in like a kid.
You're maturing.
Yeah, maturing. That's the word I was trying to find.
Mentally maturing.
I'm mentally maturing, and I'm mentally finding myself, finding where I want to be, whether it be by myself, with my friends, family members, relationship wise. I'm finding what I like, what I don't like, and where I want to be. And I know that I want relationships that are God filled, and I want to surround myself with people that are also God fearing people and also believe in Christ and also, want better for themselves and know where they're headed. Because I don't know, I feel like when I surround myself with people that know what they want, there is nothing that's going to stop them. Like, that motivation is always going to be there because they know where they want to be in life. And I feel like being around those people, I'm able to be like, I can look at them and be like, that motivation is what builds me. I don't know about other people, but for me, I like when people are moving up in the world. Like, how today in church, I'm going to talk about it. He was talking about an elevator. You get on the elevator. The elevator is life. And there's people that's on the elevator that's going to bring you up, and there's people on the elevator that's going to bring you down. And sometimes he said, people, you got to get off the elevator, but I feel like I'll kick them out of my elevator. Because if you bring me down, if you're not in the right headspace, yes, I'm going to be there for you. Yes, I'm going to be rooting for you to be better. But I'm not going to put myself in a predicament to where I'm telling you what you can do and telling you that I'm here for you if you need help and whatnot, and you're just not doing nothing about it. And that's your life, and I can't tell you what to do with your life. But I just hate seeing people who don't have that same motivation and don't have that drive to not struggle when they're 30, not struggle with anything when they're 30 years old, in the 20-year-olds, like in the, like, I don't like that. I don't know. It's just, I'm gonna kick them out my elevator because I'm always leveling up and I see my potential. So I just wanted to say that. I don't know if that's mean, but me personally, like, I feel like everyone is moving up in life, and if I'm moving, I feel like you're not, you know what I'm saying? Not on the right level as me, but like, I feel like I'm getting a better version of myself.
That's good, because in life we're always growing. So we outgrow people. That's thing.
What I was trying to say.
We outgrow a lot of habits and stuff that we thought we were comfortable in, and we get to a point to where we're like, yeah, this not working out for me. I want something better. I want something else. So going piggybacking on what you said earlier, we have a plan. Like me saying I want to be a doctor, everybody like, oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. You probably think I'm like super smart or something, but I actually struggle a lot in school. Being very transparent right now. I struggle a lot in school. I struggle a lot with my mental health when it comes to school. And the pressure that it is to even say like, oh, I want to be a doctor. It's kind of like everyone locks that in their minds. They're like, she's going to be a doctor. Yep. And so it's just like somehow you like have all eyes on you. And that's a lot. That's a lot. But like my plan, I want to be a doctor. I want to go to school. I know what I want to do. But like I see how I lay my plan out. It sounds so good on paper. It sounds so good when I talk about it. But my work ethic sometimes, the way I go about situations, don't say, oh, I want to be a doctor. Doctors, nurses, healthcare, hard careers, engineering, whatever. Certain careers you have to really work for because it's so much that comes with it. It's so many tests. It's so much extracurricular things you have to get into. And it's just like, if I'm sitting back watching TV because I don't feel like reading up on a chapter, I'm going to be the one stuck like at the end of the day and not get to where I need to get, not do what I need to do to get to where I need to get. So another question is, how do we deal with staying on track with long-term goals versus our short-term goals? In my opinion, your short-term goals equal up to your long-term goals. And so with long-term goals, it's like a general overall thing. And then you have those little things that you need to do to get there. And so I definitely think planning out, actually like setting in stone the goal and making sure that you track when you're achieving those goals and how you're going to achieve those short-term goals. Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to take you the direction you need to be to get to your long-term goals.
Definitely. I would say always get like a planner. Do like a monthly like goal sheet. So with my monthly goal sheet, I basically I plan out, or I put like a list of goals that I want. It can be like it's like 5 of them, I think, which was to pass my first exam with the A, and I did. I passed my dosage calculations exam with A. I got everything right. I was surprised. I surprised myself. And then I have little stuff on there. I wanted to get my TV mounted this month. My TV is mounted, so I got that done. And I think it said to go to church at least this whole month, basically. And I have been doing all of those things. That has been added up to where I can say that I have achieved them for this month. There's a lot of January goals that I have for myself, and I literally just put it on my computer, my document. I was supposed to print it out and everything like that, but I decided to mentally process all the things that I need to be doing this month so I could be better going into next month and creating goals for that month as well, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, all of my short-term goals have been adding up to my long-term goals, which is, getting through nursing school, not procrastinating, putting forth the work, doing all those things that I said. I know I have my room that I want to make sure that I get together to make it actually feel like a home, because I am going to be here for another year and a half. So it's just stuff like that. And I definitely write it down, because if you don't write it down, then did it really happen?
You can write it down all day long and it not happen still.
But I'm saying,
but definitely make sure you're writing it down so it could be solidified in your plans. And get out the bed and go do it. Like, I mean, it's a really easier said than done. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, but yeah. Another thing is to address your weaknesses. Understand what skills you lack and understand what you're good at. I think being able to point those out will definitely help you to figure out what you need to stop doing and where you need to go and how to do better for yourself. I'll say one of my weaknesses, like I said, I'm a procrastinator. I overthink, and I can say sometimes I am negatively, I negatively criticize myself. And I think self-criticism is a good thing, but only when it's, um, only when you know how to balance it and you're not talking yourself down. You're not beating yourself up too much to where you actually start to believe like the things that you tell yourself. I know when I get overwhelmed, I'm like, you're not cut out for this. You're not good enough for this. You're not going to be chosen. Like, I really start like picking at myself. And that does nothing but make the wound deeper. And so I'm definitely trying to understand, trying to turn that around. And it's okay to criticize yourself, but just don't do it to where like you're stabbing your own heart. You're weakening your confidence, because every time you do that, it's just not going to work out. Because telling yourself all of this on top of you having like other people not accepting you, you get rejected from something, like outside factors could, equal up to everything that you have already told yourself. And it starts to affect your work, it starts to affect your school, and it starts to affect how you interact with other people. So definitely building up your self-confidence within by understanding how you are, understanding what abilities you lack and what abilities you're good at. That's very essential when it comes to that, in my opinion.
I can totally agree with you. I know sometimes when I do get overwhelmed, I try not to say I'm not good enough. I remember last semester I used to do that a lot, and it didn't make anything better, especially since everything personal that was going on with me was not really fitting up to par, if that makes sense. And so now, like, looking back, I really wish I would have trusted God and put my faith in him and do the work that I needed to do. And it really did that at the end part. But know what you're struggling with and try to find ways to better yourself. It doesn't have to be, I need to better myself like right now, right today. No, take it a day at a time. Figure out something that you can be better at, or bettering your mental health, your physical, your spiritual, emotionally. And try to do something that makes you feel good.
Also, always strive to become better. Strive to learn new things. Strive to learn to be your own coach, your own accountability partner, because not all of us are granted to have a big group of people around us, and some of us literally, do it by ourselves. We do it by ourselves, and we're the only ones who, are able to talk ourselves, through stuff. We don't always have those people that hold us accountable. Even if you did have a big group, sometimes holding yourself accountable becomes difficult. And so just always be pushing yourself to learn and to know that, like I said earlier, your goals are very much achievable. And whatever you set your mind and heart to, you can get. And there's nothing that could stop you. Like, we literally have the world in our hands. And it's a dance floor. So dance like no one's watching.
And sing like you're in the car. Thank you guys.
In the shower.
In the shower.
In the shower. In the shower. You sound good in the shower.
Because everybody sounds good in the shower.
With all that being said, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I appreciate you guys for everything. Comment, share, and like this podcast episode.
Let us know what you think and what episodes or what topics you want us to talk about next.
I hope we hit points that make sense to you guys and that speaks to you in a way. Definitely. But yeah, we're gonna live up to our advice as well. Just know we're all working together to do better and be better humans.
see y'all in the next podcast.
Bye, guys. Talk to you later.
Toodles.